Hi, this is Mustafa Samir. This is my third presentation in a row. So today we are discussing about the traffic safety datasheet of various parts of Saudi Arabia. So one thing I would like to know that like everybody know that about my selection becoming a transportation engineering, why I choose to continue my master's at King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals in Transportation Engineering. The main enthusiasm and the main point that triggered me to choose transportation is while in my childhood I was very much fond of playing video games, suppose Need for Speed and various types of video games. So at that time, I was very much into games. So after completion of my high school, I then went for my bachelor's. After completion of my bachelor's, I chose the dissertation topics of trip attraction rate of different sizes of hospitals in Dhaka city. So then afterwards, when I go for my master's degree in Saudi Arabia, the main aspects was to select the transportation engineering as my major because, as you know, due to the fascination having attractiveness on the various automobiles, and also as I was into very much video games like Need for Speed and all those stuffs, so it triggers me to choose the transportation as it is much related to these topics. So let us go back to our presentations right now. I'm just sharing my presentation slide with you. Let's see. Okay. Where is it actually? Okay. It is not here actually. Let's see. Where is it actually? Presentations. Sorry. Assignments. Yeah. So as you can see, the presentation right now. Well, the topics consist of the Saudi Arabia traffic safety fact sheets. It is the first presentation in King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. My department is in Civil and Environmental Engineering department. The course is 678 Transportation Safety. My course instructor is Dr. Hassan Al Ahmadi. So the topics is the Saudi Arabia traffic safety data fact sheets. It's actually a fact sheet containing all the important aspects of the traffic safety data and the accidents that has been occurred in the various counties of Saudi Arabia, as we can see. So We can see that the road traffic accident in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is the first and major cause of death, we can see that in the year of 1986 it was 32,000. In 1996 it becomes it increases, and in 2016 we can see that the data has been rising. So I from the statistical data, as we can see from the Excel sheet, we can see that the road traffic accident has been increasing very at a very much amount, as we can see that the driving license and versus the traffic accidents, which is also an important aspect, the driving license, because many of the accidents that usually occurs, we can see that the majority of the accidents is occurred by the young drivers, between the age 25 to 30 or 30 to 35. So we can see that various regions, and there we can see various types of colors has been implemented in the plot, in the Excel sheet. So we can see that various borders of the regions of Saudi Arabia, Qasim, Eastern, Tabuk, Makkah, Najran, Al Jawf, Medina. So here is an bar chart. We can see that of the various countries around the world, within the Asia, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman. So the very much highest accident occurs in Iran actually, and in Saudi Arabia it's in the center actually, which is less than 10,000 but greater than 5,000 road accident fatalities during the 2010 statistics. In 2016 and 17, as we can see that the average number of driving license versus the traffic accident, we can see in various counties of Saudi Arabia. So here is a bar chart that we can see that in the Riyadh, actually, we can see the majority of the regions, the accident usually occurs. So from the reference we have taken from the Science Direct, we can see that the number of traffic injuries versus fatalities versus the year number of years. So here the red point in the graph, we can see that the road traffic injuries, and the blue one usually indicates the road traffic fatalities. So we can see that it increases from the in comparison with the road traffic injuries and fatalities. We can see the road traffic injuries is very much increases from the year 1986 2016. It increases, and in also we can see that the road traffic fatalities, we can see that from 1986 it increases to a certain amount in 2016. From the very bar graph, as we can see that the majority of the accident, as I told earlier, that the majority of the accident that has been occurred by the young drivers from the age 19 to 30 years, and from 31 to 40 years, as we can see that also it's at the pinpoint. It's actually so that according to my own opinion, that majority of the young drivers who are just taking the driving license, and they went on a road, and certain crashes usually take place because of they don't accustom with the norms and the rules and regulations of the traffics in the road. So it causes a major destruction in the road actually. So they need a proper experience, and also they need proper training from the driving school, so that the road traffic accident may be reduced. As we can see that here's a bar chart that representing the percentage of casualties of traffic accidents. The for most accident is the others, and the second point we are getting is the violating the speed limit. So we can see that the many majority of the peoples usually violates the speed limit that has been assigned by the road traffic authority by the Saudi government. So as we can see, other points are incorrect stopping, incorrect passing, incorrect U-turn, U-return here, violating traffic light, and drinking drivers is actually very much less to compare with the violating speed limit. So from the time series, autoregressive analysis of road traffic accident before and after fuel price increases, as we can see that the after increasing of the fuel price, as now we can see that due to the various issues in related with the current geophysics of the world and also other conditions, we can see that the fuel price, as the fuel price increases in Saudi Arabia, the graphs, as we can see that it increases also from the time curve, as we can see the time series here, blue representing the time series, red representing the actual data, and the borders line usually representing the upper limit and the lower limit. So from the number of road traffic accidents, injuries, and fatalities in the same first 3 months before and after each increase of oil prices, we can see that for the before the vision and after the vision, as so the government Mohammed bin Salman has implemented a vision for the 2030, which is very much fruitful for the peoples of the Saudi Arabia. As we can see that before the vision, it was very much drastically increasing, but nowadays, as the rise of the fuel increases, the traffic injuries and road traffic fatalities has also decreasing at a certain amount. So it's a good sign for the Saudi Arabia roads that the percentages has been now been under controlling, inshallah, for the future. So from the pie graph, as we can see that the 50% of the road traffic accident drivers age were less than the 30s, as we can see from the various colors, as it indicates. The blue indicates the 19 to 30 years of age of the peoples, and the yellow one indicates the 41 to 50, and from the red one we can see that the 21 years, and from the green one you can see 31 to 40 years, and we can see that this color is less than 18 years, which is 12.51%. On the left side of the pie chart, as we can see that the study indicates the highest causes of road traffic accident: violating speed limit, incorrect stopping, incorrect passing, incorrect U-turn, and violating traffic lights. As we can see that the red one is very much which indicates the others, and also different colors indicating the incorrect stopping, and the blue one incorrect passing, and also this various types of colors indicate the various signs and symbols, as we have taken this from a reference given in the below the chart. So from the various bar graphs, as we can see that the result of time series autoregressive analysis of t-test analysis confirmed the significant decline in the road traffic accident after implementing the Saudi Vision 2030 in Saudi Arabia. So yes, we can see that it has a good effect after the vision, and before the vision, the road traffic accidents and fatalities were increasing, but now it will be decreased with a certain amount, and it is very much useful for the country like Saudi Arabia. So yes, we can see that the studies indicate the highest causes of road traffic accident that were violating speed limit, incorrect stopping, incorrect passing, incorrect U-turn, and violating the traffic lights. As we can see that the various colors, and in the left side we can see that the road traffic accidents, and the right side we can see that the road traffic injuries and road traffic fatalities. Yes, so from the year we can see 1986 to 2018 for the both of the curves. As we can see, we have taken reference below, which is given in below the slide from the King Khalid University presentations. So as we can see that the number of driving licenses per year, it increases in 2015. From the 1995, it was going with a certain pace, but in 2005, it has the graph shows that it has been decreased slightly, but now in 2015, it has crossed its limits, and people now are getting more driving licenses day by day, and more people are involving, and maximum of the peoples are now young, in between the age 19 to 31, I guess. The total number of driving licenses and accidents per year, as we can see from the graph, is that in 2016, we can see that the blue color indicates the driving license, and the orange one indicates the accidents. So in 2017, actually, the driving with the increase of driving license, the accidents also the amount increases along in comparison with the 2016 and 16 year. Now in 2017. So the number of traffic accidents and driving license for the year 2016 and 17, as we can see that in 2016, the blue one is indicating the traffic accidents, and 16 and the orange one indicating the driving license. As we can see, with the respect of having the driving license with 2016 and 17, we can see that the driving license is the curve is the highest in 2017, but the accident has been lowered. But in 2016, it was along with the increase of driving license, the accident was also been increasing. So I think with the vision of 2030, I think the traffic accident has been getting into limits, and it's taking under control. The accident amount versus the region statistics in bar chart, as we can see that the very much accidental zone, as we can see, is the Makkah and also Riyadh and eastern region, which consists of Dammam, Dhahran, and also many other areas in the eastern parts. So the highest calamity zone that where traffic accident usually occurs is in the Mecca and Riyadh region in Saudi Arabia. So my main conclusion that includes is will be the three provinces in Saudi Arabia that issues the most driving license are Makkah, Eastern region, and the Riyadh, as we can see from the bar charts and in the previous graphs. The frequency of accidents and the numbers of driving license issues are positively correlated. So yeah, these are very influential and the most important things that we need to make sure that it is already taken into account. The introduction of Uber in Saudi Arabia is to blame for the decline in number of driving licenses given in 2015. I mean, like in many Saudi Arabian regions, as we can see that the Uber has been implemented, and we can get easily uh, Uber drivers within our limits. So with the introduction of the Ubers, many of the young drivers are now being into the Uber, taking service of the Uber. So they are now taking the license from the driving school, so that they can go through to get the pedestrians help through using Uber. So I think it's one of the main reason for getting the traffic accidents, because many young drivers are in the field, in the traffic, in the roadway highways. So the majority of the accidents are occurred by the young drivers. When compared to 2016, there were roughly 36% fewer traffic accidents in 2017. Then there were new driver license. Possible causes include the following. Yes, as you can say, the disparity between the number of license and accidents on the roadway may have resulted from the results increase in fuel prices to support the 2013 vision, which also reduced the number of accidents. Yes, 2013 is a very much fruitful and initial important steps for Saudi Arabia to decrease the road traffic, and also many other causes are attached with it. And the immediate driving license test cancellation, which decreased the number of traffic accidents, may have contributed to the disparity between the number of drivers, license, and collisions. The installation of new traffic legislation and the ensuring enforcement of penalties for infractions may have contributed to the decline in road accidents. Yes, these are the main things that we need to keep in mind, and these are the reference that I have taken from the different accounts of related to the journals, conference papers. So thank you for your patience and times. I would like to thank you for everyone for giving your valuable times for taking part in the presentations. So thank you so much for watching the video. So yeah.